بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد وعجل فرجهم. So there was a clash between these two schools, the school of hadith and the school of ra'i, personal opinion. Because unfortunately the school of personal opinion went overboard with their fatwas and their religious edicts, and they did not consult with the Quran and the Hadith. The reason why they didn't consult was what was the main reason for them not consulting and going back to the Quran and the Hadith? The main reason.
Political reason, one of them was.
It's intellectual or political.
But they didn't want to write down Al-Bayt.
This was one reason. The other reason was intellectual. They didn't know. They didn't know the Hadith. Empty. The box is empty. They go to the box, huh?
They didn't have enough Hadith.
They didn't have enough Hadith, and also they were not intelligent enough to be able or trained enough. It's like a doctor who goes to medical school for 2 years and then he graduates and he says, I'm a doctor. He didn't have enough training. You cannot trust him. This is why patients come to him and he gives them the wrong medication. I remember when I was a child in one of the Arab countries, Gulf countries. I was raised there for almost 10 years. We go to the clinic. My dad takes us to the clinics. We are 5, 6 kids, mashallah, all together, you know. And the doctor, before we enter the room, he has a desk like this. He has the medicine ready on the desk. Before we are not yet inside his room. Before knowing, before examining, before even opening our mouth, he says, yeah, go home, yalla, go home. So someone from Bangladesh, wallah, this is serious. Then we realize he's not even a doctor, you know, he's not a doctor. So it happened, you know, in Islam, they don't have the answer. They did not have the answer. In many occasions, Imam al-Sadiq met with Abu Hanifa, his student. But Abu Hanifa at some time left Medina to Kufa. And in Kufa, he established the school of what? Opinion, Ra'i. Ra'i, Madrasatul Ra'i, the school of personal opinion in Kufa. Where was the seat of Madrasatul Hadith, Dr. Ali? What did you write in your notes? Medina, okay? So when he comes to Medina, he meets the Imam. Imam asks him simple questions about Quran. Simple question. Do you know the meaning of this verse? La yabna Rasulullah, sorry. Okay, do you know why? Do you know the wisdom? The wisdom behind this fatwa, this hukm? La yabna Rasulullah. Imam says to him, then how do you use your personal opinion? You cannot do that. The answer is there because you don't go to the right people. Then you say, I did not find the answer. And then you give your personal opinion. But the answer is there. If you go to the right doctor, right physician, he knows. He diagnoses you and he gives you the right prescription. But you don't go. You don't go. In one of the stories between the Imam, alayhi salam, he said to him, he came to the Imam, he said, most of the time I use my personal opinion. I figure it out. Someone asks me a question, I give him what is here. Imam said to him, okay, what is here? He said, yes. He said, what is inside your head? Can you tell me? How is your head composed? Composed of what? What are the components of your ra's? He said, don't ask me difficult questions. He went with someone, Abdurrahman ibn Abi Layla. This was the chief judge in Kufa. They both went to Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam. So Abdurrahman ibn Layla said to the Imam, since you asked this question, you tell us the answer. I'm interested to know what is in my head. The Imam said to him, هل عرفت الملوحة في العينين? There is in your eyes, God has put what? Saltiness in your eyes. Why? Then the Imam is asking Abu Hanifa. Imam Hanifa said, I don't know really. Why? وهل عرفت المرارة في الأذنين? Bitterness inside your ears. Do you know why it's bitter? He said no. وهل عرفت البرودة في المنخرين? Nostrils. Do you know why the coolness or the coldness, buruda, is there? No. وهل عرفت العذوبة, the freshness, the sweetness in your mouth? He says, no, ya ibn Rasul, you tell me the answer. Imam says to him that حدثني عن أبي عن آبائه. My father, Imam al-Baqir, narrated to me on the authority of his fathers, on the authority of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that he said, أن رسول الله قال صلى الله عليه وسلم أن الله خلق عيني ابن آدم شحمتين فجعل فيهما الملوحة. God made his eyes salty, يعني inside the eyes. فلولا ذلك, if it wasn't salty, the eyes will dissolve. Anything goes inside your eyes is going to destroy it. يقع فيهما شيء من القذى إلا أذابهما. It will destroy the eyes. So it becomes salty to protect the eyes. Okay? والملوحة وجعل المرارة في الأذنين. Bitterness inside. So any creature goes inside your ears, it's bitter. Before it reaches your brain, it gets destroyed and killed to protect your brain here. وجعل البرودة في المنخرين. In your nostrils there is coolness, buruda, again to protect the brain. وجعل العذوبة في الفم, the freshness, the sweetness in the mouth, so you can enjoy the food, the taste of the food, the taste of the drink. Otherwise, if there is no freshness, food is not tasty. This is a simple answer that the Imam said to him. Then the Imam asked him, he said to him, إن رسول الله قال, he said this to Abu Hanifa, من قاس شيئا من الدين برأيه. Whoever makes comparison in religion, in matters of religion, you use your personal opinion, you compare things, comparison, this is the qiyas. Making comparison between this matter and that matter, and then you draw the conclusion. This is comparison. قياس قرنه الله تبارك وتعالى مع إبليس. He's going to be the friend of Iblis on the day of judgment, because Iblis was the first one who practiced qiyas. What did he say, Arish? The first person who brought the notion of comparison.
He made him from fire.
Compared. قال خلقتني من نار. I am better than him because I am comparing myself to him. He's made of dust, clay. I am made of fire, and fire is better than dust. So therefore, he has to, bow down to me, not me. Then this is very interesting. Imam said to him, you cannot use your personal opinion. The only person who is authorized to use his personal opinion in matter of religion is whom? Rasulullah. Why Rasulullah? You know why? Because his personal opinion is never wrong. He's ma'soom. God is protecting him to make a wrong judgment. God is guiding him, protecting him. Other than him, other than the Prophet and the Imams. And this is why God says to the Prophet, "An ihkum baynahum bima araka Allah." Listen to this verse. "Ihkum baynahum bima araka Allah." Judge among them, judge among the Muslims, bima araka Allah. Bima araka Allah. What does that mean? بما أراك الله. It means judge between them. Huh?
With what is given you? Or?
In what God has shown you. So it means God is showing him the answers. He's supported by God. He's directed by God. He's guided by God. He gets the answer from God. So his personal opinion reflects the opinion of whom? The opinion of God. Okay? But you cannot say that, huh? You, Abu Hanifa, you are not supported by God. So you cannot use your personal opinion. Then, this is interesting. Abu Hanifa here said to the Imam, he gave him a promise. He made a promise, Sister Najat. Abu Hanifa, after this long story, debate between Imam al-Sadiq and Abu Hanifa said to the Imam, لا تكلمت بالرأي والقياس في دين الله بعد هذا المجلس. From now on, I would never use my personal opinion in matter of religion. He gave a promise, Ali. He gave a promise.
Yeah.
You know what the Imam answered him?
Don't promise.
What did he answer him?
He's lying.
No, he doesn't tell him you are lying.
What did he tell
He
him?
said, after you advised me today and you admonished me, from now on I'm going to listen to your advice, and I'm not going to use my personal opinion in matter of religion after today. So what did the Imam say to him?
Don't make promises you can't keep.
Exactly. Imam said to him, this is the reason. He gave him the reason why he cannot keep his promise. إن حب الرئاسة غير تاركك. Your love for leadership, to be Ra'is, President, Sheikh, okay? He's not going to leave you aside. Because you love to be the Ra'is, you're going to go back to your old habit, which is giving. كما لم يترك من كان قبلك. حب الرئاسة, the love for being Ra'is and the chief, as it did not leave people who were before you alone, it's not going to leave you alone. This means that you are weak-spirited. You give me promise today, but because you want to be the chief, therefore you're going to use your personal opinion. حب الدنيا, حب الرئاسة. This means that the mujtahid has to be what, my friends? The first character of a mujtahid, faqih, marji', the one who gives fatwa, has to be what? Mukhlis, sincere, but staying away from dunya. Doesn't look at the dunya, at what benefits him. They say, let me tell you this story before we go to these names. In Iran, ancient Iran, there was a Qajari king. Qajaris were a dynasty who ruled Iran for some time. He heard of a alim who says to the young people, don't go to the military. Haram to join the military. And being the king, he wants, he wants soldiers, he wants to fight, he wants people to defend the country. So he was so angry when they came to him. They said, Fulan Marja', big name, he's advising the young generation not to go to the army. Because the army is corrupt and it could, engage in unlawful wars and abuse people, kill people. So he said, I'll teach him a lesson. He's trying to destroy my kingdom. I'll teach him a lesson. He said to him, I will test him. If he's someone who seeks dunya, I will execute him in the session when he comes. If he's someone of the akhirah, I'm going to kiss his hand and I'm going to follow him in my taqleed. So he invited him. He said, the king wants to see you, has a question. So he went to the king. He said to him, Maulana, I heard that you are asking the people, the subject outside, not to get recruited in the army. Is this right or wrong? He said, yes, it is right. I said this. He said, why? Don't we need an army? He said, yes, we need an army. But sometimes this army, rather than helping people, protecting the country, is going to kill the innocent. It's going to attack some innocent people, innocent villages, communities, and kill them unjustly. So unless the army is 100% doing the right things, then at that time they might join. But if there is a possibility that, 1% possibility, that they're going to hurt someone, destroy someone, they are not allowed. He said to him, Maulana, I am the king. Sometimes I have to do something illegal because I'm the king. I'm the political leader, military leader of this country. I am not like you. You are a scholar. You know what is halal, what is haram. You don't, stride, over. You don't violate. But we in the government sometimes, not all the times, have to do illegal things. We have to do for the maslahah, the interest of the state, to protect the state. Sometimes we do illegal things. Or sometimes I have to lie because I'm a politician, I'm a king. I have to lie, I don't speak the truth. So what is my wadhifa? What should I do here? Do you think this is right to do or wrong? He thought the alim is going to tell him, yeah, you are king, you are excused. It's okay for you. He said to him, no, you cannot lie and you cannot do something illegal. He said, then in this position, should I resign or should I stay in power? He said, if you know you are going to violate and commit a sin, you have to resign immediately. He's telling the king. The king said, Maulana, give me your hand. He took his hand, he kissed his hand. He said, you are a true leader, you are sincere. You are not afraid of me, you are not intimidated. You came here to my courtyard, sitting in the middle of those ministers, military leaders. You are alone. And we can easily finish you here today. But you rather say the truth. You don't compromise your religion. You are ikhlas, you have ikhlas. Otherwise, you could kiss up to the king, yeah, your majesty, you can do anything to protect your state, the country, you can violate, you can kill. You can justify that for me, but you didn't say that. Now I understand you are a man of akhirah, not dunya. You deserve to be followed. You are the one who... Those are the ulama of Ahlul Bayt. But the ulama who always are waiting for the paycheck to come from the sultan, so they go on a Friday and they have nothing but to praise and praise and praise. You stand before our imams in Baqi', you say, Assalamu alaikum, they say, shirk, go away, shirk. Go to the Qibla, speak to God. And he praises the sultan, who is mired in corruption, in fornication, in drinking, in abuse. Every second of his life is sin. It's okay for him to stand and praise him in Khutbat al-Jumu'ah, Masjid al-Haram, Masjid al-Nabi, and pray for him. This is not shirk. But if you say to Ahlul Bayt, Assalamu alaikum ya Ahlul Bayt, this is shirk. Can you see this hypocrisy? How can God have mercy on those people, on Muslims? Wallahi. How can God have mercy? We ask God to send His punishment on that nation, the occupier. You are doing worse than the occupier. You are doing worse. Those are the ulama of this time. When the ulama get corrupted, the whole society gets corrupted. And God does not listen to the prayers. God doesn't listen to the prayers. So that was the clash between the two schools. Now, as a result, Madrasatul Hadith, the Hadith school, were standing in the face of Madrasatul what? Ra'i, personal opinion. And among those in Medina, some of them Shia, some of them Sunni, other than the Imams. We are not speaking about the Imams, the Ma'sums, the ordinary people, who are Tabi'een. Most of them, those are Tabi'een, who became prominent in the school of what? Madrasatul Hadith in Medina. Those were the top 7 ones. Sa'id ibn al-Musayyib. I would read them in Arabic, so if you want to write them, write the names. Number 1, Sa'id ibn al-Musayyib. A very noble man. Shia, this is Shia, follower of Ahlul Bayt. Urwa ibn al-Zubayr. Urwa is the brother of Abdullah ibn al-Zubayr. His file is not clean. Urwa. Abu Bakr al-Makhzumi. Number 3. Number 4, Ubaidullah ibn Abdullah. Ubaidullah ibn Abdullah. Number 5, Kharija ibn Zayd. Number 6, Shia, Al-Qasim ibn Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr. His father is Muhammad, the son of Abu Bakr. Muhammad was raised by Imam Ali alayhi salam, and this is his son, Qasim. And then number 7, Sulaiman ibn Yasar. Those 7 are known in Medina during that time, Al-Fuqaha al-Sab'a, the 7 jurists. The 7 jurists. Okay?
You're saying is Qasim
The-
Muhammad, his daughter is the mother of
Imam al-Sadiq. Yes. Farwa. Farwa. Okay, so this school of hadith, they opposed the school of Ra'i. They said, we are not using our personal opinion. So what do you use then? What do you use? In order for you to get the fatwa, to issue the fatwa, what do you use? Huh? Exactly. Number 1, Quran. Number 2, hadith. Number 3, because many of them are Sunnis, they said we use what? The Sahaba. The opinion of the Sahaba, because they were closer to the Prophet. They saw the Prophet. And number 4, if we don't have that one, are we going to use the personal opinion? Are we going to use the qiyas, personal opinion, comparison? They said, no, we are not going to use the personal opinion. This was the feature of this school, the school of the 7, or the 7 fuqaha, the school of hadith. Okay. Now, let's go to a couple of incidents again. Again, there was munadhara. Munadhara is what? Is a debate. Debate between another person who was advocate of the school of opinion. He was a judge, the chief judge in Kufa. His name is Abdul Rahman ibn Abi Layla. Abdul Rahman ibn Abi Layla, the chief judge during the Abbasid in Kufa, in the city of Kufa. Okay? The chief judge. This is Imam al-Sadiq said to him, he came and to visit the Imam. So Imam said to him, you are the chief judge. How do you judge among the people? He said, I use the book of God. He said, everything you find every answer in the book of God? He said, no. He said, if you don't find it in the book of God, what do you do? He says, I take it from the Prophet. He said, if every answer you find it in the hadith of the Prophet? He said, no. He said, what do you do here? He said, I go to the Sahaba. He said, who are the Sahaba? He said, I take from Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, Talha, Zubair, and many others. He said, everything you take it from them? He said, yes, I'll take their answer. He said, but if they differ in their answers, one Sahabi is different from another, which one you take? He said, I don't care. I will take one of them. He said, but then if Imam Ali gives an answer, do you take his answer or you sometimes pass him to another one. He said, sometimes I pass him to another one. Imam al-Sadiq said to him, on the day of judgment, if a Prophet Muhammad stands before you and God is watching, and he says, Ilahi, he got the answer from me, I am the messenger of God, but then he shifted away from me to someone else, what would you say to God? He said, but I don't shift from the Prophet. I told you I will take the hadith of the Prophet. He said, but didn't you hear the Prophet? Didn't you? He did not see the Prophet, of course, he's tabi'i. But don't you know the Prophet said to his companions, Aqdakum Ali, Aqdakum Ali, Aqdakum from Qada. Qada is judgment. Aqdakum means the more knowledgeable in the matters of Qada, in the matters of judgment. Ali is the most knowledgeable. He said, yes, I know this hadith. Imam al-Sadiq said to him then, here you are opposing the Prophet. You are not listening to him. You know the Prophet said this hadith, but yet you opt to someone else other than Ali. You know the Prophet is saying Ali is always right. Take your answer from him, but you are telling me earlier that sometimes I go to someone, I choose someone else. فَاصْفَرَّ وَجْهُهُ. His face, the face of whom? Abdul Rahman ibn Abi, the chief judge in Kufa, became pale. And he did not know what to answer the Imam. He did not know what to answer the Imam. My friends, why personal opinion was dangerous? Because it's a personal opinion. It's not the opinion of God. That's it. God says, in my book, مَا فَرَّطْنَا فِي الْكِتَابِ مِنْ شَيْءٍ. We never left something out of this book. Every answer is there. But for those who understand the book. Not for those whose knowledge is shallow about the book. This is one verse. Then the second verse, فِيهِ تِبْيَانٌ لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ. In the book there is tibyan, explanation. God says, tibyan means explanation. In the Quran there is tibyan. Tibyan. Tibyan means explanation. For every matter, an answer for every question. But unfortunately, when some people do not have that knowledge, therefore, they say, I'm using my personal opinion. Because he doesn't know the answer. The answer is there, but he didn't study. He didn't knock at the door of the right people. If he knocks at the right door, he gets the answer, but he went to other doors. He went to the other doors. Therefore, we come now to the end of this reign. Which reign? Which time? Which ahd? The reign of what imams? Imam al-Baqir and Imam al-Sadiq. Inshallah, next time we're going to go to the times of Imam al-Kadhim and al-Rida, the 7th and the 8th, inshallah. So what are the main features of this era? What are the main features of the era of the two imams? Do you remember some of them from the past weeks? Do you remember some of the main features? Main features. If you are asked, inshallah, in the finals soon, tell me 3 or 4 features of the time of these imams in these 50 years of their life, what the answer is going to be. School of, number one, school. What do you mean school of hadith? It's flourishing, the promotion of hadith, the promotion of hadith and plus what? Ijtihad, which is based on what? What type of ijtihad? Personal opinion? No, ijtihad which is based on what? On the Quran and the Sunnah. Quran and the Sunnah. So this is number one. Okay? Number two, what do you notice in this era? What have you noticed? We notice that Imams had some sort of a freedom to teach openly. Why? You know why? We said this many weeks ago.
The clash between the
Exactly. They were clashing with each other, so they didn't have time to run after the Imams. They didn't have time. They left him alone. So it was the era of infiraj. Infiraj means freedom. Freedom. The era of a freedom. Freedom for Ahlul Bayt and their followers. What else? Squeeze your mind, your brain, and remember what we said earlier. Of course, that was Imam used some strategies, methodologies to teach them, which was what? Train them to extract the law, tamreen, and also it was what? An era for what? Ta'leef. Ta'leef. Yes? Writing. For writing and authoring. Writing in all fields. In all fields. The Imams, encourage writing in fiqh, in usul, in hadith, in tafsir, in every field of knowledge. What else? Specialization happened, exactly. Specialization in these fields. So Imams, some people will train them for the tafsir, some for kalam, some for fiqh. They will take a group, they tell them you specialize in kalam. Like whom? This iconic figure in kalam. Hisham ibn al-Hakam. Another one, Mu'min al-Taq. Those are kalam. Kalam is theology, philosophy, theology of Tawheed. Others, fiqh. Your job is fiqh. Others are hadith, okay? So specialization. Specialization in every field. What else? Imams trained their students to shift from mere memorization, shifting from memorization into what? Into what? What should I put here in the box?
Understanding.
Exactly. Understanding and analysis. Analysis, not just to memorize. You have to analyze. Into analysis. You are not a parrot. You just sit there and memorize. I want you to analyze, to understand. Okay? And then the city of Kufa became the center for Shia Islam during that era. City of Kufa, center for Shiism, for the followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. These are the main features of that. Let me conclude with this story. One of the students of Imam by the name of Zurara. Do you remember this name, Zurara? Zurara. Very famous. He came to Medina. And then he met Rabi'atul Ra'i. Rabi'atul Ra'i is the teacher of Abu Hanifa. Rabi'atul Ra'i. He is the mentor of Abu Hanifa and Imam Malik, both.
Where was this now?
In Medina. So Zurara came and met him in a halaqah. So someone turned to Zurara and he said to him, ask Rabi'a. Rabi'a is very knowledgeable. Take this opportunity to ask him a question. Zurara said, sorry, excuse me. He said, why? He said, because if I am going to ask him a question, I'm going to be in trouble. So let's be quiet. We don't want to create controversy. He said, no, you must ask him. Rabi'a said, okay. Zurara said, okay. So Zurara asked Rabi'a. Imagine this is the teacher of Abu Hanifa and the teacher of Imam Malik, this man. Big shot in Medina. So he said to him, Ya Rabi'a, بما كان رسول الله يضرب في الخمر. When someone, after the prohibition of wine, those who break the law, they were brought to the Prophet for punishment, retribution. So what would the Prophet use to punish them? Not him himself, but he orders. He answered, بجريد النخل. جريد النخل is the palm leaf. Palm leaf, jarid. In Arabic, say, is named jarid. Jaridun nakhl. Palm leaf. Okay? Palm leaf. He said, what Umar would use during his reign, his era, to punish people. He said, as-sawt. As-sawt. As-sawt means what? Whip. He said, today, if they bring someone, people testify to witnesses that he drank alcohol before you, which one would you use? He said, I use the whip. He said, but you just told me the Prophet uses the palm leaf. Jaridun nakhl. The Prophet uses palm leaf. Here, Zurara said, Subhanallah. يترك ما فعل رسول الله ويأخذ بما فعل عمر. Subhanallah, this man who's the most knowledgeable, he knows the answer. He knows what the Prophet did. He knows what Umar did, but he prefers to follow the sunnah of Umar. This is why Imam Ali, when they came to him before electing Uthman after the death of Umar, they said to him, Ya Ali, how are you going to rule? They came to Uthman. Uthman said, بكتاب الله وسنة نبيه وسيرة الشيخين أبي بكر وعمر. If I find the answer in the book of God, If not, the sunnah of the Prophet. If not, the tradition, seerah of the shaykhain. They came to Ali. They said, Ya Ali, how do you rule? He said, بكتاب الله وسنة نبيه. I know the sunnah of the Prophet very well. I don't have to go to other people. They said, how about Siratul Shaykhain? He said, no. Siratul Shaykhain for me is not legitimate. They are ordinary human being. I am asked, I am Khalifatu Rasulullah, his deputy. I have to follow his tradition, not the tradition of someone else. In this case, you know what they said? Sorry, you are not fit. You failed the interview. Khilafah goes to Uthman ibn Affan. وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين.